what do you get when a woman who's been trained to become a weapon goes to the school that she's meant to destroy? We're about to find out.
Ooh, and what do you get when you take a ragtag team of misfits who are trying to survive a school where everything and everyone wants to kill them?
Oh my gosh. Welcome to What Are You Reading? A podcast with the Public Library of Mount Vernon in Knox County. I'm Christy.
And I'm Katie.
And this month we kind of wanted to do like back to school, but we're adults. So we thought, well, let's do some adult back to school. So our characters are going to kind of like a college kind of vibe. So we both picked magical schools though.
Mm-hmm.
My book is The Coven by Harper L. Woods. And mine is Vampires and Witches.
Ooh.
So that's pretty exciting. What is yours?
Yeah, mine is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. And it is sort of Hogwartsy, all grown up. So wizards and such. But there's also a lot of monsters that are living in the school.
Ooh.
So
that sounds good. I've heard so many good things about that one. Mm-hmm. And it is book one in a series, which mine is also book one in a series. And spoiler alert, I loved this book so much that I bought it on Amazon. And I actually checked out book two from here at the library as well.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to pick up the second book of this one as well.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will give you a little bit of detail. So the tagline on my book is "Death is not your end." So you know that you're getting into something pretty crazy just from that alone. Plus, the cover has skeletal hands reaching into what looks kind of like a mirror. So I was, like, as soon as I saw the cover, I was intrigued. Mm-hmm. But our story follows our main character. Her name is Willow. Mm-hmm. And she has been raised outside of the magical wards by a mother who was trying to escape the Coven. So she is a witch who was trained by her mother and father to take down the very fabric of what makes up this magical world. So her mother was forced to endure all these trials at this magical school, this college that she attended. And we find out that vampires kind of help out witches. So witches made it so that vampires could be, and they're kind of indebted to their creators. Mm-hmm. So our main male character happens to be the headmaster and a vampire.
Okay.
So it is action-packed from the very beginning. We have a really intense scene where her mother has just passed, and the magical protection that hid her from the Coven died with her mother. So as soon as her mother passes, she, kind of shows up like a magical beacon to the Coven, and she happens to be one of the last in her bloodline. So it is very important that they recruit her and bring her to the school. Now, knowing that her mother was going to pass, her biological father had raised her to fight and to try to take down the Coven. So we have just, from the very start, really lots of action. She has a little brother that gets really twisty of trying to hide his identity, trying to escape. And at first we think maybe she is going to escape, but how would the rest of the book take place? So very quickly we realize that the vampires are no slouches themselves. And even though Willow has green magic, so she's able to control the plants around us, and she's grounded by the earth, even though she has exceptional powers, she's still no match for a group of vampires that were sent to track her down and bring her back to the school. Yeah. So it got really good right out of the gate. I think I read 40 pages in my first sitting. Like, I just couldn't stop. And then I borrowed it on audiobook with Hoopla. So if you aren't able to pick up a copy here at the library, but you do, like to listen to audiobooks, it is available that way as well. So I read it physically about halfway through, listened to it the rest of the way, and had just a great time with it. It's a dark romance, so we have romances where we maybe shouldn't, say a witch and a vampire. So that got really intriguing as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. I can't wait to pick up the second book.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to tell me about the second book.
Yes.
So, yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it was so good, and I can't wait to see, what comes next. And the series is going to be Coven of Bones. So, definitely check this one out if you like dark romance, if you're a spooky kid like me and you're into all the vampires and witches. This one's really great. The school is set in Salem, Massachusetts, which is so much fun. We all know the stories there, and I love that they played off of that, the perfect place to hide a magical school is, where you would think the witches would be. But they've done such a good job of dispelling that it's hiding in plain sight. So, cool. Yeah, definitely recommend.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Okay, so A Deadly Education also takes place in the real world, sort of. So all of these magical kids are from real world places. And one of the things, this one has a little bit of like almost political intrigue in it too.
Okay.
Because, so the gist. And there's even a cross section of the school.
Oh wow!
In the inside front cover, and in another one in the inside back cover. Wow. And the school is called the Scholomance. So this is the first in the Scholomance series, and the way that it works is you get inducted as a freshman, and that you're at the highest level of the school. At the end of each year, the school rotates and your room goes down a level.
Wow.
And when you become a senior, so you're on like the bottom level, or you think you're on the bottom level. And when graduation comes, you make that like last turn, and you basically have to run a gauntlet where all of these monsters are trying to eat you.
Wow.
And if you make it to the end, you get to graduate and like go off and do whatever it is you're going to do. So there are a lot of very specific cliques almost. They're called enclaves. So there's like a Dubai enclave and a London enclave and a New York enclave, which is beneficial in that it's almost like the what the trolls wear in the movie.
Oh, that's
where but instead of telling you that it's hug time, it lets you share. So in this world, there is two types of magic: mana and Malia. And mana is something that you kind of create yourself. So you can do push-ups, or you can run, or our main character Elle will crochet, or something like that, and build it up, and you can actually store it. So when you're in an enclave, it all goes in one pot, and then whenever you need it, you not only have yours, but you have the rest of the enclaves as well. So that makes you a lot more powerful. And our main character, her name is Galadriel, goes by Elle. She is raised by a single mom. They live in a yurt in Wales. And the school is actually in what they call the void. So kind of like a rift between worlds. They don't know what's out there. I'm guessing further along we'll go into the void and see what's going on. But if you go into the void, no one comes back.
Wow.
So she is an outcast. In one hand, her mom is a very well-known healer, like throughout the world. The other, so she doesn't want people to like her because of her mom. There are also each person has like their own special affinity, and L's is death and destruction. So, and that's where Malia comes in. So Malia is when I'm not making my own mana, I'm just going to take it from you. So, or any other living thing. And because she's this weird standoffish girl, they think that she is a maleficer, which is, stealing Malia from other people. And that's where we meet Orion Lake. And first line of the book. I decided that Orion needed to die after the second time he saved my life.
Wow, what a way to start.
Yeah. So, so at the bottom level in graduation, there are these big monsters. Well, the rest of the school has little monsters that are able to like go through the cracks and things. So, for example, there's a scene in the book where you're at the chow line in the cafeteria, and you go to grab your tray. There's a little monster in there that's ready to pop out and attack you. And Orion is this white knight on steroids.
Okay.
So he's constantly following L in particular and killing all of these smaller monsters. And not exactly winning him any friends. I mean, he has many friends, but people start thinking, it's like, well, very much Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Where it's like, big monsters eat little monsters. Yeah. So if they don't have the little monsters to eat because Orion is like staying up at night, wandering the school, killing the smaller ones, then they're going to be super hungry when they come into contact with the people. So, and there's certain tracks that you can take, and L is in like a spell casting track. So it's basically languages.
Okay.
And she's part Indian. So she knows Hindi and English, and she's picking up Arabic.
Oh, wow.
So like all these different languages, and you can actually pull, you can more or less tell the school or the universe that's like, oh, I need a spell that will clean up this spill.
Okay.
And they will give you spells. Because her languages are somewhat longer established. She can get like a grimoire from like the 12th century.
Wow.
That then she has to like break down, and it's always in a language that you're studying.
Okay.
So, but it may not be the language that you're strongest in, and having to work all of that stuff out. So, Orion, I believe, is in the Artificer track, where that's where you get your magical objects. They build stuff. Or no, he's not in that. Her friend Adia is an Artificer track. He is a alchemy track, which is your chemistry people. So they find out that so Elle is trying to get in with an enclave, but she doesn't really like the enclaves. And people think that she's dating Orion because they're always together. And it's just this whole like complicated mess. And then they all kind of get, the misfits kind of get together and are like, and these are bonds that could go on through graduation.
Sure.
Because when it's time to run the gauntlet,
you're going to want the best and the brightest with you.
Yeah, you're going to want to have more than one person to help watch your back.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I can't imagine having to run a gauntlet of monsters to graduate from my school.
Yeah.
OSU was way easier than that. I will say that.
Yes, Otterbein was definitely easier in that respect as well.
I guess we lucked out.
Yeah, and we do get to... My one gripe is that Naomi Novik doesn't describe all of the monsters.
Okay.
So sometimes it's like, oh, a shrieker just walked by, or, and that's it. That's
yeah, and
all
you're
we
like,
get.
well, what does a shrieker look like?
Yeah, and
you don't really get that.
why do we not like them?
Yeah, what do they do?
There are two that come to mind. One of them is a maw mouth, which is the one that I told you about off camera, that it's kind of like a gelatinous cube and Slimer had a baby.
Oh my gosh.
But Slimer, like, it can't fly.
Okay.
So, but it's just this slimy thing that like comes at
just
you.
Kind of rolls at you.
And then,
the blob.
yeah, and then like takes you in, and
oh my gosh,
basically you
like absorb
cease
you?
to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that's one that's supposed to be an invincible monster.
Oh,
but Elle might have, might have an idea. And then there was one that I just read because I'm almost done with it. And it was the name of the chapter. So let me see if it.
Ooh. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Naomi Novik. So when you picked that one, I was pretty excited.
Yeah, it is good. It was a little bit of a slow start. Very much like I can't find it right now.
Well, you'll have to pick it up. You have to check it out.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out. But it gave me Maze Runner vibes.
Okay.
In that you're kind of dropped into this place and you're like, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. It's like, is the school after them? Well, technically the school isn't after them, but they have wards too. The wards have holes in them, and there's like monsters coming in. And then you've got the people who are like, well, if I kill one of my fellow classmates, I might like up my chances and get myself a better room or more privileges or things like that. So even you can't even trust your classmates.
So it's very cutthroat.
It is very cutthroat.
Yeah, we both picked stories where our main characters are going to very challenging schools where death lurks around every corner. So if you're into a back to school vibe, but you're also like, ooh, spooky season's coming, then I would say these are the books for you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely stop by and pick these up. We love them so much. And like we said, we're going to continue with both of our books into the next in the series. So this was a really good month for us.
Oh, for sure.
We've had some really good ones this year. Like,
yeah, for
there's been so few like critiques really. So we'll see what next month brings.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us on this episode. Check back with us next month. We'll have another one ready for you. And as always, like, subscribe, stop in, check out the book, or, grab it on Hoopla or Libby. You can listen to it or you can read it, say on your Kindle or whatever you happen to have at home. So thanks again, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.